Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. Legacy. A Black Physician Reckons with Racism in Medicine is a profound exploration into the intertwined realms of race, medicine, and personal history. Authored by Dr. Uche Blackstock, this book delves into the systemic racism entrenched within the medical field, intertwining her personal experiences with a broader narrative of racial discrimination. As a Black physician, Dr. Blackstock brings a unique perspective to these critical issues, drawing from both her professional encounters and personal life. The book is a compelling narrative that not only highlights the challenges faced by minority medical professionals, but also offers insights into how these issues affect patient care and outcomes. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, systemic racism in medicine. Dr. Uche Blackstock addresses the pervasive issue of systemic racism in medicine, outlining how it affects the work environment and interactions between healthcare professionals. She explains that systemic racism is not just about individual acts of discrimination, but rather an ingrained element within the structures and policies of medical institutions. This systemic nature of racism can lead to disparities in patient care and professional advancement, as minority physicians often face limitations when it comes to career growth and development. The author thoroughly examines how these systemic issues permeate hiring practices, promotions, and the overall work culture. Dr. Blackstock provides evidence and examples from her own career and those of her colleagues to illustrate how systemic racism manifests in everyday practices of medicine, ultimately calling for systemic reforms to eradicate these deeply rooted issues. Secondly, personal journey through medicine. The book provides an intimate look into Dr. Blackstock's personal journey as a Black female physician operating in a predominantly white medical industry. Her experiences begin with her education, where she encountered racial biases from both peers and educators. Despite these obstacles, Dr. Blackstock navigates her career with perseverance, sharing stories of both overt and covert racism she encountered along the way. Her personal narrative is not only inspiring, but also illuminates the shared experiences of many other Black professionals in the field. Through her eyes, readers gain an understanding of the unique challenges faced by minority doctors, including microaggressions, tokenism, and the pressure to comply with predominantly white professional standards. This discourse is not only a personal reflection, but also serves as a rallying cry for greater equity and inclusion in medical professions. Thirdly, historical context of racism in healthcare. Dr. Blackstock extends the discussion by delving into the historical context that has perpetuated these racial disparities within the medical community. By tracing the evolution of healthcare practices, she explains how historical prejudices and policies have had a lingering impact on today's medical practices. This includes a review of medical education, research biases, and healthcare delivery models. The author illustrates how historically racist ideologies have influenced scientific thought and policymaking, leading to systemic biases that disadvantage Black patients and healthcare providers. Through historical analysis, Dr. Blackstock demonstrates the continuity of racial inequity from past to present, orients her readers to the ingrained prejudices that need to be addressed, and calls for transformative actions to ensure equitable health outcomes for all. Fourthly, impact on patient care. One of the critical elements of Dr. Blackstock's book is her exploration of how racial biases affect patient care. She discusses the disturbing discrepancies in healthcare delivery and outcomes between Black patients and their white counterparts. These disparities often result in poorer health outcomes for Black communities, fueled by both systemic issues and implicit biases among healthcare providers. Dr. Blackstock provides an articulate evaluation of how these biases can manifest in patient interactions, such as disregarding patient symptoms, offering biased medical advice, or providing lesser quality treatment. She highlights the urgent need for cultural competency training among health professionals to improve patient care and eliminate these disparities. Through this topic, the book underscores the necessity of fostering a more inclusive and understanding medical environment that respects and validates the health needs of all racial groups. Lastly, call to action for medical reforms. Throughout her narrative, Dr. Blackstock enacts a powerful call to action for reform in the medical industry. She outlines several recommendations aimed at dismantling the current systems of racial bias. This includes advocating for increased representation of Black physicians in leadership and teaching roles, developing comprehensive diversity and inclusion initiatives, and addressing biases within medical education and training. Dr. Blackstock argues for systemic changes in healthcare policies to promote equity and address the social determinants of health that disproportionately affect Black communities. Her book serves as a blueprint for institutions seeking to implement meaningful change, emphasizing the importance of allyship and active participation from all healthcare professionals in dismantling these structures. By highlighting these reforms, Dr. Blackstock aims to steer the conversation towards tangible solutions that can significantly improve both the professional environment for Black physicians and health outcomes for marginalized communities. In conclusion, Legacy: A Black Physician Reckons with Racism in Medicine should be read by anyone working in or engaging with the medical field, including students, professionals, policymakers, and healthcare administrators. Dr. Uche Blackstock's compelling narrative and insightful analyses provide readers with a deeper understanding of how systemic racism affects not just healthcare providers, but also patient care and outcomes. The book is particularly beneficial for those seeking to understand and actively dismantle the deeply ingrained racial biases within the medical industry. It lays out a clear foundation for understanding the roots of these issues, while also presenting actionable steps for creating more equitable and just healthcare systems. Moreover, for individuals interested in social justice and racial equality, this book offers a candid look into the lived experiences of Black medical professionals. It urges all readers to reflect on their responsibilities in promoting inclusivity and diversity within their respective spheres. Ultimately, Dr. Blackstock's work is a vital resource for anyone committed to advancing racial equity in medicine and ensuring better health outcomes for all communities. If you would like to support Uche Blackstock MD, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.